So, what is an API? An API, application programming interface, is like a friendly messenger that lets two apps talk to each other. One app asks for something, what's today's weather, and the messenger brings back the answer from the other app. It's a safe, simple way for apps to share information and do tasks together. What is an HTTP request? A hypertext transfer protocol is the rulebook the web uses so apps and websites can talk to each other. It explains how a message should be sent, what it looks like, and how the other side should reply. How the web conversation works, client or server. So the client is the requester, your browser or an app. The server is the provider, stores pages, images, and data. You type a web address, the client sends an HTTP request, the client being your browser or an app. The server reads it and sends back an HTTP response, page, image, data, or an error. This is how you basically do most of the things over the internet using the HTTP. The restaurant analogy, this is going to allow you to understand API and HTTP requests more. So let's say you're going to a restaurant. The first thing you are going to do is look at the menu, right? Because you can't order pizza if the place doesn't offer pizza. Then you tell the waiter, then the waiter goes to the kitchen and at least like they tell the chef that there's an order and the chef prepares the food, then the food is delivered. Right? Very simple. Same thing happens with an API request. So first, you examine the API documentation to see what's available. Let's say you are requesting information from Slack. Once you want information from Slack, you need to make sure that Slack offers the information you're looking for. So once you're done with that and you know what's on the menu, then you can make a request. You place your order through an HTTP request. Then the API endpoint processes your request. Then you receive the response data you requested. This is a very simple example. As you can see on this picture, the end user with browser makes a request. The API endpoint on this side checks if the data is available, creates the response, and sends it back to the end user. Now, on N8N, there are two types of HTTP requests. One is native integration, and the other is a manual one. So it's the same result, different approach. Native integration is when N8N creates a node. This is a node, by the way, a building block. When N8N creates a node that is pre-built, you just search for the node and configure it, and that's it. It's very simple, very easy, very fast. But sometimes there are applications you want to have an HTTP request sent to them, but they're not pre-built, so you have to build them manually. You select the HTTP request node, which is manual, and you check the API documentation and you start filling out the variables. This is how you configure it. So use HTTP request if there is no native integrations. If the app you want is in the list, use the native node first. It's faster. Key point, native integrations are just HTTP requests with a friendly user interface. Learning to make HTTP requests yourself opens up all APIs, not just those with native integrations. Common HTTP methods, what you're asking the server to do, like get, fetch data, read only. Let's say I want to get data from Slack. I want to build an AI agent that automatically replies to Slack messages or whatever. So I need to get that data from Slack and then send to Slack. So first would be get from Slack. Then I would use a post method, which is send data to create or process something. So these are two methods. We have put, replace a resource entirely. We have patch, update part of a resource. We have delete, remove a resource, and head, like get, but only headers, no body. These are the methods that you see on N8N as well. We mainly are going to be using get and post. What's inside an HTTP request? You have the request line, which has the method get or post. You have the path and the HTTP version. You also have headers, extra info, what formats you accept, your user agent, etc. And the body, which is optional, data you send, often with post patch, like the form fields or JSON. So this was APIs and HTTP requests. They're simple, they're easy. This is how we request and connect applications while building AI automations and workflows. Again, thank you for watching this video and see you on the next one.